For this example, a bit more complex, we want to import three columns, another three columns. In this case, they're going to be the odometer, the field type, and the acquisition date. So let's add this new column for the odometer. Odometer is in column J, which in our case would be number 9. So we write number 9 for this column. We specify the field, which is odometer. Oops, not this one, not last odometer, which is odometer, right? And the type is a number because it's float. And that's it. That's a pretty simple case. Let's go into something more complex. Let's add now this column, the one for the fuel type. As you can see, the file provides just D standing for diesel and G standing for gasoline, while in Odoo, if we go to fuel type, we see that it's a selection which has gasoline, diesel, electric, and hybrid options all in small letters. So it's obvious that we need a transformation because if we just try to write a G in capital letters, it won't match any option, so this field won't ever be filled. So let's proceed to this transformation. So let's add a column for the field type, which is in letter O, which is the column number 14. So let's write 14 for this column, which is the field type, and is of type chart, as it is the internal representation for a selection type in Odoo. So we don't want to set any default value, but we do want to modify and convert the source value. So we click on this option and we say that the source type is going to be a char, as we specified in here, and the destination type is going to be a Python expression to be evaluated. So let's do that. Let's say if we find a letter D, this is going to be transformed into diesel in small letters. And if we find a letter G in capital letter, this will be transformed into gasoline in small letters. Okay, so what is going to happen when the parser, when the importer finds a cell in column number 14 containing a D? Since we specified that the content of this cell is going to be cast as described in these lines, if the content matches D, then it will be converted into diesel. If it's a G, into gasoline. So it's okay as it is right now. Let's proceed to import the last column, the date. And for this, you must know that despite you see here one date in proper format, this is not a date or a set of strings or letters. This is just a number, as you can see if you clear the formatting. It's just a number, which is the internal representation for a date object in Microsoft Excel. And what this number means is the number of days after January the 1st from 1900. So as you can imagine, this number as it is, it's not useful to get in an Odoo date. So we need a deeper transformation, and that's precisely what we're going to do. So what's the number of the column? For letter H, the column is number 7. We're going to say the date is the acquisition date, and the type is char, because the parser is going to read it as a char. And we again want to convert the source value, so we click on this option. The source value, as we said, is a chart, but the destination type is an evaluation, again, of a Python expression. But in this case, we do not want the source value, the destination value, to be depending on the source value, because we cannot predict all the possible dates that the user can specify in this column. So we want this formula that I'm going to write to be applied in all cases, and that's why I click on this option, because regardless of the source value, we're always going to use the same formula, and that's why we can leave this column empty. I'm going to do the following. I'm going to create a datetime object from Python saying day the first, month the first, and year 1900. And what I'm going to do is add into this value the number of days that the importer finds in the cell. So datetime dot time delta days equals source value, and source value, as you can see, as you can read here, is how you can refer to the content of the cell that the importer is going to find when parsing the file. So in this case, source value will be the content of this cell, or of this cell, and so on. So we're saying to this date, please add this number of days, and then we'll get our Python date. And then a detail is that since we used the module datetime and it may not be included in the file that processes this, we need to specify it in here to make sure that the importer is going to import it at runtime. We can create any other module that we're going to use. So let's check. So records have been imported, and if we see the vehicles, we'll see these two new vehicles, which are the ones that I created before, but now created again. As we can see, we see the three new values, which are the odometer, which is the fuel type properly set, as you can see in the 4444. 4444 corresponds to D from diesel, for diesel, and in the other we can see the gasoline, also with the odometer set, and of course the acquisition date set. And that's how the more complex features from the importer can be used.